whole fucking weekend has just been about keeping my fucking leg raised. I went to this fucking party on Thursday night with my lovely wife. And the fucking host of it was giving a big speech, and I was stone sober, and I had to go over and sit in the corner. It was outside on this guy's lawn with like a tent, right? And I go off in the corner to sit down stone sober with I had like club soda and lime. The hardest thing for me to order because I can never remember what you say. I can never remember club soda because I never order it. And half the time I go up to the bartender, they'll be like, what can I get you? I'm like, what's that thing people drink when they don't drink? And then they go, club soda? I go, yes, with a lime. I'm not even trying to be funny. Like a third of the time, that's how I have to order it because I can't remember what it is because I never order it. So I'm on my second club soda and lime, and this guy who's hosting the party, fabulous host, he's fucking thanking all these people. I had to go outside the tent because I see a stone wall where I can sit down because my fucking ankle is filling up with fluid. And is becoming twice the size of my other ankle. But, I went to I just went into some walk-in clinic, and the guy looked at it going, I'll tell you what, I can tell you what you did right now. I can tell you from across the fucking room without even doing an x-ray, walk-in clinic type shit, So I go to sit down. The guy's in the middle of this great speech. Everybody's fucking listening, and I don't know how, but I set my glass down, and I reached back to get something. I knocked it off, and it made that, and it was like a fucking wine glass. So it sounded like a booze glass in the middle of his speech, and like half the tent fucking looks over at me. I spilt it on my leg. I did all of this stone sober. So my wife comes walking out. She's laughing at me going, what did you do? And I was all embarrassed. I was going, Nia, stop making a scene. Like, I felt bad enough as it was. And then she got mad at me because I got emotional with her. So she didn't talk to me for like 2 fucking days because of that. For 2 fucking days, she stopped talking to me. You know what I mean? Like, if she ever spilt a drink on herself and half a tent of people looked over at her and I walked over and said, like, what did you do? Mad she'd be at me. But that's how it works in the male-female dynamic, all right? You're either wrong or you were too mean when you were right. That's basically how it was. That's what it was. I think I was guilty of being too mean. So, anyways, I actually went to the StubHub Center today, and I saw the new Los Angeles Chargers, their first game against the Miami Dolphins. I went down there. I got to tell you, that might be the best stadium I've seen a football game in at the NFL level, simply because there was only 25,000 people there. I can't believe the Patriots are playing the Chargers on the road. If I could see Tom Brady in a 25,000 seat stadium, that'd be fucking incredible. That's like what the old NFL used to look like. Back before, we outfucked all of those other stadiums. Back before Lady Gaga and fucking Whitney Houston and everybody brought all these other people into the game. All these people who are just like, oh my God, what else happens after the concert? And they started watching football, so they had to build 50, 60, 70, 80, 100,000 fucking seat stadiums. 25,000 seats. I got to see 2 wily veterans, 2 gunslingers, Philip Rivers against, what's his face there? Jake Cutler. Is it Jay or Jake? Jay Cutler. That's right. Jay Cutler, right? Am I going to say his name right? Jay Cutler. I like it. One guy's a fucking religious freak with 90 kids. The other guy's like, set him up. Let's have another drink, right? Jay Cutler. There you go. That's right. Jay Cutler. So, was a great game. Fantastic fucking stadium. There's not a bad seat in the house. I'm telling you, before they moved to some giant monstrosity of a fucking stadium that they're sharing with the Rams, I believe, and it's going to fucking, bankrupt this city. Before they fucking do that, if you get a chance, definitely go to the StubHub Center. It's fucking phenomenal. It's funny. I was sitting there, I was watching the game, and I see this guy flying over in this helicopter, the Robinson 44, during a fucking game. He looks like he's not even 500 feet off the fucking ground. Flies right over the fucking stadium. And I, with my limited knowledge of aviation, realized that when there's a big event like that, it's an automatic temporary no-fly zone an hour before and an hour after the game. I believe that what it is, if not 2 hours before and after, right? And this fucking jerk-off flies right over the fucking stadium. I'm sitting there with my buddy going, that didn't look like a cop. I don't think you can fucking do that. I'm just a novice, but I do not think you could do that. This fucking jerk-off comes by again. He's on his side showing all the passengers down in it. And then like 2 seconds later, like a police helicopter comes flying over. I don't know if he got in trouble or what, but I don't know. I know some pilots listen to this shit. Like I said, I don't ever pretend to know anything about that stuff. As far as my limited knowledge, you are not allowed to do that. God forbid something happens and then you fucking land on 25,000 people watching fucking Jay Cutler, right? With keg booze coming out of his pores going up against the other guy from Ash Wednesday, right? These Kansas City Chiefs for real. So I fucking got a taxi on the way down. And then on the way back, I called the car service. And I'm fucking telling this guy, I'm like, meet me at 184 in Avalon. All right? There's a Kentucky Fried Chicken right next to a donut place. Can you fucking meet me there, right? So the guy's like, yes, I go down. I'm like, all right, great, right? So we get down there, right? The game ends. I walk out there. 4:15. He's supposed to pick me up at 4:30. I call the guy up. He's like a fucking city block away. Everything's going good. Then all of a sudden the cops are everything. They're like Uber and Lyft 192. Walk down to 192, right? And I'm sitting there going, well, I'm not Uber or Lyft. Car service. I'm like, these guys are going to fuck with me. So I try and call this guy. I call the guy up. And I keep telling the guy. He's going, okay, I'm a block away. And I'm going, yes, yeah, I forget it. Oh, the Kentucky KFC. I'm going, no KFC now. No KFC. There's a donut shop right next door. I'm going to walk over, see if you can turn in there. And he goes, okay, KFC. I'm going, no, listen, I'm walking over. All right, forget it. You can't walk into the donut place. I'm going to go down to 192 in Avalon. He goes, okay, the parking lot, KFC. He just kept saying that like a prank show. And I'm literally getting angry, yelling, no, 192 in Avalon into my phone. And like people with kids are turning around looking at me. So I'm trying to put more of a happier tone in my voice. And it's just not working. And he just kept going, okay, KFC parking lot. I go, no, 192 in Avalon. And then I finally go, dude, just repeat it. He goes, yes. I go, repeat what I said. He goes, 192 Avalon. I go, fine. And then like he calls me back, okay, I'm pulling into the donut shop. And I'm going, I finally had to fucking take a picture of 192 in Avalon and send it to the fucking guy. Then he showed up, right? And he was the greatest guy ever. And I was like, all right, you know what? Maybe I got a little emotional. Okay, there's 25,000 people walking up and down the goddamn street here. I don't know what to do here. Maybe, I don't know what. But I will tell you, when I was at the game, KFC, when I was at the game, these people in front of me, I've never seen this before, were drinking, what's that Mexican beer that begins with an M? Begins with an M. It's fucking gold, right? It looks like a trophy. Looks delicious, especially after 32 days of not boozing. So these people in front of me are drinking this shit out of a can, and they had this shit on top. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Is that crushed red pepper flakes? What is it? This guy next to me goes, chili powder. They put chili powder around the top because I don't like it. I'm like, is that like white people putting a lime in a fucking Corona? He goes, yeah, it's something like that. He goes, I don't really like it. And I was like, well, I got to try that. I mean, not right now. But eventually I'm going to try that. It looked like the shit that you put on, that are the warning tracks of these new baseball stadiums that's sort of sand and sort of rubber. That's what it looked like from fucking far away. So that guy proceeds to get absolutely plastered. And after 3 fucking quarters, he comes back up and yells to the crowd that they stop serving beer at the start of the 4th quarter. And he's yelling about how dumb it is. And that's one of those moments where it's good that I also wasn't drunk, because I would have been like, yeah, buddy, you're the reason. You're the fucking reason they do that, because you can't hold your alcohol. Look at you. You're a fucking mess. So I actually went to this game, and this is like a record for me. I didn't have any booze, and I didn't eat any of the shit food. I had like 2 handfuls of fucking peanuts and drank like 3 waters. That's it. Because I can't be a fat fuck in this thing, So I fucking go downstairs to take a piss, right? And there's this fucking guy just yelling at the police. And there's like 2 cops there, and then there's 3, and then there's 5, and I'm walking by. I go down, I take a piss, and I come back, and there is like half the police force is standing there, and there's this white dude screaming at all of these cops. Screaming, you got to do something. Go up there and do something. Another white guy's yelling. Dude, it was like total white guy moment. Like yelling at fucking 20 cops. He's not getting the shit kicked out of him. And they actually listened to him. They went up and they kicked 2 guys out. And the other guys were like really fucking like, oh, all right. They just sort of left. I don't know what they did. I don't know what the fuck they did. It was the weirdest thing. It was the 2 guys screaming, looking like the ones that were going to get fucking arrested. Like we're demanding that these cops go up and do something, and then they finally fucking did, and they threw these guys out. It's a really bizarre day, but once again, a phenomenal fucking sports experience if you go there. So